Hey, it's your old cousin Jack with another episode of Woodcarving Weekly. As usual, we're going to spin around YouTube to see what we can see, and we have a brand new blog post to share with you. And today we'll be sharing what one carver calls his unpopular opinion. So stay tuned for that. As a reminder, all of the resources that I mentioned today will be linked in the description right below the video and also in the comments section a little bit further down the page under the video. Let's get started. There's a new blog post from Bob K over at Woodchip Chatter. This time around, Bob is covering bandsaw safety and maintenance repair tips. So he starts out with 12 important points about bandsaw safety. Let's keep you safe, right? And then he follows that up with some maintenance ideas that will keep your bandsaw in good working condition. So in this article, Bob offers up some important tips for efficient bandsaw operation. He also tells you about some common issues that a bandsaw user might encounter. And he combines both beginner tips and more advanced troubleshooting guidance. If you want to see and read the full article, head on over to Woodchip Chatter from Bob K. Well, the new video from the International Association of Woodcarvers features CCA member Ryan Olsen. Ryan is going to be demonstrating how he carves caricature heads into the handles of his palm tool gouges. Well, you'll see that Ryan is going to be using a basswood template. He recommends using stew-by gouges for all of his caricature heads, and he's got the basswood shaped in the same sort of rough out shape as a stew-by handle. In the video, he talks about the stew-by handles probably being made of oak. It's a little difficult to carve, but he says it holds detail really well. He also shares a really cool little tip about a makeshift handle that he uses to hold the sharp end of the palm tool while he's working on his carving. Ryan also shares information about how you can sign up for his next woodcarving class, which starts on January 11th. This is a great opportunity to learn how to customize your tool handles. So check out the new video at the International Association of Woodcarvers, and while you're there, take a look at all the other great content that's available. Up next, we'll visit the Andy Spoon's Woodcarving channel on YouTube. As the name suggests, Andy is a spoon carver and he lives in Australia. And he's just published a new video titled, "Cracked Spoons Might Be Your Fault." Andy, during the video, says he's going to be sharing his unpopular opinion about why some greenwood spoons crack during the drying process and how it's very likely the woodcarver's fault when that happens. And during this video, Andy explains how drying out a greenwood spoon or any other greenwood carving is really simpler than you might think. He also tells you about how soon you can add oil after you've finished carving your greenwood project. And he shares some very specific reasons, maybe woodcarving issues, that cause a spoon to crack. Well, this may be a little bit of a controversial, unpopular opinion, but I think it's informative at the same time. So go and check out Andy's channel, take a look, and see what you think. Well, up next, we'll take a trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. That's where we'll find Whittler Dave working on a brand new relief carving project. So he's got a pattern that he's using. It's an old sewing pattern, and he's adapted it somewhat. And this is sort of an Easter Bunny character, and as I mentioned, it's a relief carving. And throughout the carving process, Dave walks you through the steps, and he adds some commentary that's both entertaining and informative at the same time. Now, when you see someone doing a relief carving, very often they're going to be using gouges and chisels. Dave takes a little different approach. He's using his carving knife. And what that means is this is a great opportunity for anyone who's interested in developing their carving skills, their knife carving skills in particular. Go and check it out. Over at the Random Acts of Carving channel, Mark has a brand new video, and this time around he's carving a pine knot. He's going to put a parrot head in that pine knot, and he takes you through the process. He's going to use his rotary tools. This is a power carving video. He kind of shows you the entire process. It's kind of whittled down a little bit, let's say. It's a 6.5-minute video, roughly. He spends the first half on the carving process, and then he uses the entire second half of the video showing you the painting process for this little parrot head. And I have to say, he really does a great job with the painting. He brings this parrot to life, and you'll see that at the end of the video. Head on over to his channel, where you'll find more than 120 woodcarving videos. Have you ever been stumped when you're trying to come up with an idea for a carving that you would make for a loved one's birthday? Well, over at Whittling Woods, Ken has a brand new tutorial video showing you how to carve a little wooden birthday cake. You see, it's Ken's wife's birthday. She's celebrating her birthday, and Ken has come up with this idea to make her a birthday cake. He uses some eastern white pine and some homemade knives on this project. And Ken more or less gives you a beginner-friendly video where he talks a little bit about the homemade knives. He talks about working with wood grain and wood grain direction. And as usual, he adds commentary throughout the video. Make sure you go over to his channel and check out all the great content that he has available. Eric Owens recently wrapped up an 8-part tutorial carving series that he calls Carving the Sports Bear. Now, this project features a figure of a bear standing up, wearing human clothes, and then having one of those great big foam figures, or foam #1 hands that he's wearing, like a sports fan would wear. Now, along the way, Eric uses a pretty wide variety of different tools, and he talks through the process, providing some very good instructional commentary. He is an educator, by the way. Now, most of the segments are about 30 minutes long. And the last segment, part 8, is basically the painting process that he uses for this sports bear. So, take a look at this entire 8-part series and carve yourself a sports bear. Well, folks, I want to thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate all of your support and the encouragement. Keep the comments coming. If you've missed any of our previous episodes, just click right over here. We have an entire list of our previous episodes available for you. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.